Welcome back to TLC Thursday. My name is Crystal Fuentes. I'm the founder of the Ladies Coach, and I help women create powerful relationships for a passionate life. I really believe everything we do in life relates, that's kind of funny, to a relationship. So every week we come out with videos that kind of help that talk about the topics that are burning in our lives, things that we want to either change, grow, or just learn from. So today is going to be kind of interesting because I'm going to be talking about priorities. So in this lesson, you're going to need a paper and a pen because I'm going to have you do some homework. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I'm not in my usual filming spot. I'm actually in Macau, which is the southern point, one of the most southern points of China. It's right next to Hong Kong, so Alex can show the map so we all know where I be. And that was kind of corny. Okay, so I need to ask you a question, because I know I've been hearing a lot of this from a lot of my ladies, and I was there once too. So, are you feeling drained, frustrated, and feel like there's no time in your life for you to do the things that you want to do? Maybe you feel like you're just giving way too much to people, or even if you don't think that, maybe you don't even know where your energy is going, but you just feel so rushed, so irritated, so frustrated, so drained, so like you have no time, like everything is taking a back seat in your life, you know, the things that you want to do. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's a business or a passion project. And you're just asking yourself, where is the time going? Where is my energy going? Why am I so drained? I know we've all been there, but maybe you're there now, in which case I'm going to give you a great lesson, and it's all about priorities. I'll just share a little quick story. I was actually with my mentor one day, and he just asked me a simple question: how was your week? How have you been? I started crying like a little baby. I was so emotional. I was like an emotional wreck, and I started ranting. I just don't know where my energy is going. I just feel so tired. I feel like everybody wants something from me. I feel like I don't even have time. I think things in my business are taking the back seat. I feel like I have so much to do, but I can't really do it because I just don't have time. Ugh. Oh my God. I was like, snot was coming out of my nose. It was like the ugly cry, the hyperventilating, like, so that was cute. And he literally looked at me freaked out. But he let me rant, and I got it out. And I'm like, you know, it's coming out. And he asked, if you got a pen and paper right now, would you be able to quickly write down who and what, but we're going to focus on the who takes priority in your life? And I was thinking, and I said, I can write it down, but I literally can name about 100 people that take priority in my life. And he said, no. That's where the problem is. We prioritize too many people in our lives. They take that number one spot in our lives. How could we have all the time in the world for 100 people who are number one? Because that's how we're prioritizing, especially women, right? We want to take care of everyone. So here's the issue, and this is what he told me. We need to be very specific about who gets what time we have. Who are the priority people? And not everybody can take that priority number one spot. Not everyone can, not even most people can take the number 2 or the number 3 or the number 4. Most people deserve to be like a number 100. So here's what I'm going to have you do, because I guarantee that this is something you're struggling with if you are feeling like you have no time, maybe no energy, maybe everything in your life is your own wants and needs are taking a back seat because you're just prioritizing the wrong things. So we're going to create this list right now. We're going to rank people. It's not rude, it's necessary. So you're going to get your pen and paper or your journal, which I suggest you can create a little TLC journal for every Thursday's lessons. And we're going to start ranking people. The first thing that you're going to do is we're going to start with 5 people for the sake of this simple assignment right now. You're going to rank the people that get top priority, that number 1 spot. That number 1 spot. There shouldn't be really more than 2 people in that number 1 spot. You think I'm crazy, but that's the truth. The number 1 spot, and I'll help you out, should be you and maybe your significant other if you have one, or maybe if it's your kids. But that number 1 spot, or if you're single and you have a best friend, and it could be you and your best friend. There really shouldn't be more than 2 people in that number 1 spot. So you're going to create 3 circles. The first circle is going to be priority number 1. The second is priority number 2. And then there's priority number 3. So the first one, definitely have you in there and maybe one other person. The second priority circle, maybe it could be your family, your, very, very close friends, maybe 1 best friend or 2 best friends at the most. Those are going to take your second priority time. The third one is maybe other friends, maybe other close friends, whoever else, maybe just other close friends, but maybe far end family. But we're going to just do 3 circles right now. Once you figure out who is put in those priority of circles, you're going to create your boundaries. This is the most important part of this exercise because the boundaries are what makes us cross the line with our time in these priority circles. So you may have somebody in your 3rd priority circle and they're calling and texting you and say, I need you, can I talk to you right now, right? What are you going to do? You're going to answer your phone, you're going to take up time with them, and that's not what we're trying to get very clear about who gets your time immediately and who gets your time when you're available. So your boundaries have to be written beneath each circle. So the first circle, the first priority, this is like maybe you, this is obviously you, and somebody else. So maybe for me, it's my significant other. So Andrew will get my time immediately. If he needs me right away, I'm there right away. If I need to spend time, we spend time with each other. If he needs something, that's my first priority. The second priority list is maybe, my family, my close family, and maybe a close friend. And those people, if they were to say, I need you immediately, it is, okay, well, I'm done with work at this time, or I will get back to you at this time. You schedule it out. Right? So it's an okay zone to say, I can't get to you right now, but I will get to you here. The third priority zone is probably like, you're not going to get my immediate attention whatsoever, but I will be available to talk or have lunch next week, or, in 2 weeks, we can catch up. These are the people that don't need your time, and stop giving it to them. So this is just a simple exercise right now for the sake of time. Why do I even have my iPod? Just for the sake of time. But also I encourage you after this video to, in each circle, not only you're going to put who gets the priority, but you're going to also put what gets your priority. So in your first priority circle, which is your major priority, which is you and maybe a significant other, maybe under the what gets your priority is specific things in your business, or specific things that relate to your passion, or specific things that relate to your health. Whatever it is that you want, you need to put it there, because when you look at that circle, that's what you're going to look at every single day. That is first priority. That's what gets your attention. Everything else just fits in if you have time after your first priority circle. Does that make sense? So first priority circle is the only thing that you should have time for and make time for. Everything else just falls in where it may. And I think after you start getting into this practice, and I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions, but for the sake of this video, I definitely want to do a webinar about this and kind of go really, really deep, because this is kind of a huge, huge pain point for a lot of my women. So if you want, just comment below, and if you want me to go deeper in this lesson, I can do a webinar this month if that sounds good to you. But anyways, I know you're gonna have a lot of questions, so just comment below and I'll be available to answer them. But just remember, the first circle, the first major priority point for you is the only things, the only people you should make time for, period. Everything else falls in when you have that time. And then if you do have the time, then the people in the second priority and the things in the second priority are what goes into those slots, right? So is it making sense a little bit more? So first priority, everything you make time for. Second priority is where you can start filling in when you do have the time after your major priorities. I know I keep saying priorities, but anyways, after doing this, I felt so much more free, and it is a struggle. You have to kind of like practice it every single day. When somebody texts you and needs your immediate attention, you have to prioritize that. But it becomes more freeing and it becomes more powerful, where you're able to give of your time after you've given yourself your own time. So anyways, comment below if you want me to go deeper in this lesson. I have a lot of other practices to help you with this. And also if you have any questions regarding today's topic. I love you, and I'll see you next week for TLC Thursday. Make time for yourself. Give yourself love and make you a priority. Mwah! I'll see you next week. Bye. Like what you see? Check out last week's TLC Thursday video by clicking right here. And for more TLC goodness, head over to theladiescoach.com, where you'll find loads of loving fun. Catch you next week.